wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear.
In tonight's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about electrolytes and what they are and why they're so important, and the difference between Dirty Carnivore and Ketovore. But I got a little long-winded. I'm sorry. I think it's going to be like 20 minutes. I'm feeling so much better. I'm just like blah, 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 blah. But please watch it till the end. I guess it helps with the algorithms, and it's important. I don't know if you can just skip through to the end if they know. They probably would. But anyway, I'll try and edit it down a little bit, because when I looked at it and saw it was 20 minutes, I was like, oh my God, nobody's going to watch me for 20 minutes. I was just rambling. But if you stay till the end, you'll get to see my finished Halloween wreath. Boy, that's worth waiting for, isn't it? So yeah, stick around, please. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you like this one or if I just blathered on too much, which I have a tendency to do. Anyway, watch the video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys at the end.
So wait a minute. What you're saying is that you want us to put water on the crops?
Yes.
Water? Like out the toilet?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be out of the toilet, but yeah, that's the idea.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Got electrolytes.
What are electrolytes? Do you even know?
That keto flu, boy, that's nothing to mess with. They don't call it the flu for no reason. It feels like you have a really bad flu for a couple days even. It had me down, let me tell you. And it's so bad because, prior to that, I was just like feeling great. So when it hit, it was just like, the full-on aches and headaches and nausea and just no energy whatsoever. So I'm going to avoid that. But it was my own fault because, like I said, I had bought some drinks from the Dollar Tree and it said electrolytes on the front of the bottle. Well, they can say that even if they just have a minuscule amount in there, which is what the deal was. There wasn't enough in there to impact my electrolyte balance. So that's on me. I've learned since then. I took this time to do some research. I found out what electrolytes even are, because not all of us know. Some people do, but I had a vague idea, but I didn't really know. I guess there's 4 essential electrolytes that we need to be aware of, and that is potassium, calcium, sodium, magnesium. There's a couple other ones, but nobody really talks about those, and I don't understand the importance of those. Maybe I should do some further research, but for right now, I'm going to be concerned with those electrolytes because that's what affected me. I could tell my sodium and potassium were down, but I'm definitely feeling better because I did buy some. I bought some supplements, Keto Chow. I think I might try something more because the Keto Chow, is inexpensive as it was. I got 100 servings in a small bottle and it was like 14 something, and 100 servings, you would think would last you at least a month, right? Because I would use it 3 times a day, but even that wouldn't be enough for what I need. Supposedly we can get enough of our electrolytes from our food, but because we're carnivores, we don't eat a lot of the foods that contain electrolytes. Meat doesn't contain a lot of electrolytes. They contain some, depending on which meats you eat, like salmon and oysters and things like that. I don't. And sardines. There's some red meat, but it doesn't contain a lot. It contains some. No matter what, most likely, if you're a carnivore, you're going to have to supplement these things unless you're eating a lot. And like I've said before in prior videos, I can't because of the lap band. So I really need to supplement my electrolytes. It's really important. I did not know how much I needed. I had no idea what's the daily recommended dose, because I'm reading the back of the Keto Chow thing, and it says it's got this much magnesium, potassium, and calcium. Very small amounts, unless you're going to put a lot in, throughout the day, which is what I've been doing. And it did bring me back from the dead. I feel so much better. But for me, I need a higher amount because I'm never going to get that from my food. I would have to eat a lot. I can't consume the amount that I would need. So I'm going to continue to supplement. I'm probably going to change the supplement I'm using. I need one that offers more. Keto Chow's a good, inexpensive electrolyte supplement, but for someone like me that needs a lot, it would be easier to just buy one that contains more magnesium and calcium and potassium instead of having to put so much in my water. I was putting it in my coffee, just everything I drink. I did find out that there is a recommended amount that we should have. For potassium, you should have 4,700 milligrams a day. For calcium, you should have at least 1,000 milligrams a day, or 1,200 milligrams for people over 50, us old folks. Sodium, you need about 2,300 milligrams. And magnesium, you only need like 310 to 320 if you're a woman, 400 to 420 for men. And yeah, getting those, I had to look at all the foods that I eat, mainly steak, bacon, eggs, avocado. That's all. Oh, some pork rinds. That's what I was eating, and cream in my coffee. When I sat down and wrote it out, how much was in each one, the magnesium, calcium, it wasn't a lot. So it's no wonder that I had the keto flu. Now that I'm aware, I can, make sure that I get that amount. Like I said, I won't get it through my food, but I will get it through my supplement. The other foods that do have are like high on magnesium were, like I said, sardines, oysters, salmon, shrimp, even Parmesan cheese and sharp cheddar, contain a lot of magnesium. But a lot of times these foods will contain a lot of magnesium, but not enough potassium or sodium. And there's another thing. Sodium is not the same as salt. You might be using a lot of salt, but not necessarily getting the amount of sodium you need. So that's something else that you need to watch out for. There are sites where you can look this information up. It's very important, but I would suggest that you write down what you're eating every day. We don't have to count calories and carbs and all that, but we should keep track of what minerals we're getting, what electrolytes we're getting. So I did that. I wrote down, like, the steak I was eating had 130 milligrams of sodium, 64 milligrams of magnesium, 760 milligrams of potassium, and 157 of sodium. It's not a lot when you think we need like 4,700 of, was it the magnesium? Or potassium. Potassium, you need 4,700. And yeah, I was getting 800. So I think I would have had to eat like 5 steaks or more. Eggs are good for potassium and sodium. They're pretty high. Bacon, not so much. Sodium, it had some sodium in it, so it was good for that. But yeah, everything else I was eating was really low. And it's just really important for us, as carnivores, to make sure that we're getting that, because the whole idea of doing this is to feel better, right? We want to feel good. I mean, I know a lot of us are doing it to lose weight. I mean, that's a big plus too. But for me, I wanted to feel good, and I was feeling so good. I mean, my energy level, the fact that I had kicked sugar because of the protein, and I had no inflammation, no headaches. I'm sleeping awesomely, and I was just feeling good. And when I got the keto flu, it was it just took a lot out of me. And prior to this, when I was doing Atkins or the keto diet years ago, I'd get to that point and I'd be like, I'm done. I can't do this. It's not good for me, obviously, because I'm sick. And then I'd go eat, a high carb meal, and it had lots of sodium and everything else in it. And I'd feel better. And I'd think, see, I'm not meant to do a carnivore diet, or a keto diet. But that wasn't what it was. It was just, I didn't have enough electrolytes. And sure enough, as soon as I got the electrolytes, I felt better the first hour. It took a couple days to get my balance back to where it should be, because I was probably pretty bad at that point, because I'd been on it for 4 weeks, and I was really depleted. with what I was eating. So it took me a little while to get back to where I should be. But boy, what a difference. Once I got back up there, I was like, oh, yeah, this is how I'm supposed to feel. So it is so worth it. It is so worth it. Um, like I said, it's not anything to mess around with, especially as old folks. It's really important. But while I was doing my research for all of that, oops, there's my cat. While I was doing research for that, I found out that there's also another kind of carnivore. There's the dirty carnivore. There's clean carnivores and there's dirty carnivores. And the difference between a ketovore and a dirty carnivore, well, there really isn't much difference. I guess it's just what you want to refer to it as. I'm going to stick to being a ketovore. But basically, if you're eating the majority of your calories in meat, 70 or more, but you're also consuming maybe some cheeses, even nuts, a few fruits and vegetables, you can be called ketovore or dirty carnivore. So it's up to you. Like I said, I prefer ketovore. I'm going to stick to that. The goal is to eventually be 90%, you know. But right now, ketovore is working for me. I feel good. Most of my calories come from meat, and I don't have issues. A lot of people try to limit all that stuff because they have other issues and they want to find out what's causing it, so they'll eliminate all these other foods in hopes of finding that. Oh, I got a message. Anyway, I mainly eat meat. I eat some eggs. I was eating nuts. I quit eating nuts. I could still eat nuts and be considered a ketovore or a dirty carnivore, but I quit them because I felt like they are high in calories, and I didn't want to get so many calories in such a little amount of food. And plus there was other issues with them, oxalates, mainly in almonds, but some of the other nuts, they had them as well, maybe not as much. And I wanted to get rid of those. I just, I'm trying to find out what is going to make me feel the best. And right now I feel the best just eating meats and a few eggs and the avocado. I am starting to want a little more variety. I'm getting to that point. I made some fat bombs, and those are good because I really am not eating very much fat, and that's important. So I made the fat bombs with coconut oil and the lowest carb, low sugar or no sugar peanut butter I could find, which is hard. It was a natural peanut butter. And then you just mix those together and freeze them. And they're really pretty good. And it's a quick and easy way to get your fats. And it gives me energy. I don't know if it's psychological or what. I pop one in my mouth and I'm just like good to go after that. So plus it's satiating, fat is. And and it's got protein from the peanut butter. So I recommend those to those of you that aren't getting enough fats in your diet. They taste good. There's a variety of recipes. There was some that even had like cocoa powder in them and Splenda, or not Splenda. We don't use Splenda, not even ketovores. You can use monk fruit or stevia, but I didn't have any, so I can't go that route. I'm going to try. And there was even one with chocolate pudding, a sugar-free chocolate pudding and cream cheese. And I left the cream cheese on the counter all night, so I didn't get to make those. So I'll have to buy some more. But they sounded good. It was like little cheesecake bites, so I'll try those next. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I'm feeling better. I've got my electrolytes. I realize now how important they are, and I'm not going to mess with that again. I'm going to go ahead and order the pricier ones and see if they make any difference. Or I might even make mine. I've told you about that before. I found a recipe. I think I wrote it down. It looked really simple. I can't find it. I wrote down so much stuff because every time I'd find stuff, I'd be, oh, that's important. I need that. That's important. I need that. Like I said, there's so much I don't know. I jumped into this head first. I did very little research. I watched some YouTube videos and everybody looked great and they felt great. And it was like the fountain of youth. If you notice, there's a lot of these people, they're like, yeah, I'm 60 or 70 and they all look like 30 or 40. And I'm like, dang, that's just from eating meat? I got to do that. So yeah, I just jumped into it and it was easy. It was one of the easier diets I've ever done because, like I said, you're eating protein and fats, so you feel full. And that was the main thing. You're not hungry. Have you gone on diets before where, you can eat salad and carrots and celery? Those things don't fill you up. They're just sadness. And it just makes you feel sad. I don't feel that way. I don't know, it's kind of like a luxurious diet. You're eating steak and you can have crab legs and lobster with butter. You don't really feel like you're dieting bacon. Bacon? Bacon to me was always like, that's really bad. People that eat bacon and, with all the fat and stuff. I'm eating bacon and eggs for breakfast. So far, I've been eating steak every night recently. I was eating Italian sausages and those were yummy, but I got a little bored. So I switched to the steaks. And then we got this huge order. Well, not huge, but it's just me and my husband. So we got this order from Wild Fork, and they have a variety of meats that you wouldn't find in the grocery store. So we got a few goodies from there. I'm excited. We got some grass-fed steaks and just all kinds of good stuff that I can't find. My grocery store is very limited, and what it does have is extremely expensive. My God, I had no idea how expensive meat was because I was one of those people that didn't eat a lot of meat, so I never really looked at it. My husband, he's the cook. He's basically the cook in the family, so he does the shopping. And so I was totally unaware, but since I started this, I would go shopping to get a few extra things, and I would look at the meat. I thought, I'm going to get myself a couple ribeyes, and I was like, oh my God, you got to put a second mortgage out on your house to buy that kind of stuff. That's insane. When did that happen? Oh well. Anyway, it's not cheap to be healthy, but it's worth it in the long run because hopefully I won't have all those hospital bills, right? Hopefully this diet is going to do that for me. I don't want to have any medical issues. So it's imperative that I, take care of myself, and I feel like this is the way to go. I know a lot of people still are kind of concerned and they think that it's not healthy. Do your research before you criticize, honestly. I know people mean well, and we've all thought the same thing. We've all been taught the same thing. Meat's bad and blah, 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 but it's not. And now that we know how corrupt the whole system is, our food system and all that, you can't believe any of the research or any of the studies that they've done. They've all been funded by big pharma and the food companies, so they're meaningless to me. All those studies that tell you that, this is bad and it's going to cause high blood pressure and high cholesterol, it's meaningless. I know how I feel, and I feel so much better just since I've been doing this. Not everybody needs to do this. I'm not saying that this is for everybody, but if you're not feeling good, if you don't have energy and you've tried all these other diets, give it a try. What do you got to lose? Give it a week. It only took me a week in to feel a difference. Some people said it took them weeks. The first week in, I started losing my inflammation. I stopped snoring. My knee, that I had a knee injury 9 months ago, and I thought I was going to end up having knee surgery, completely gone, like it never happened. My energy level, wow, is crazy, the difference. So yeah, I highly recommend you give it a try. There's a lot of other benefits, and I can't wait till I see those. I'm really hoping for the eye one. I saw some people saying that it healed their eyesight, and I thought, man, that would be fantastic because that's one of my biggest concerns. I cannot go without my reading glasses. I have them on all the time. I can see somewhat, but like I can't see, street signs or anything like that. I have the kind that are not bifocals, but I got some prescription glasses, but they're awful. I don't know. You're supposed to be able to read here and see far away up here, but it doesn't work for me. They're really awkward. So I just worry about my reading glasses so I can, constantly see, when I'm reading and stuff. I never take these off, but I am having problems with, seeing far away. And when I went in to take the driving test last year, they wouldn't let me have my glasses on. I was like, oh my God, I almost could not see. And I thought, oh, please God, next time I come in, I don't want to be completely blind. So let's hope this works and heals my eyes. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. See, I'm already feeling better. I'm just blah, 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 blah. My energy level is back. I'm feeling better, and I want you guys to give it a try. So if you're thinking about it and you've got any questions, I'm here for you. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go on that note, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, guys. Okay, as I promised, here it is. What do you think? I think it's so cute. Isn't that darling? It's little. I want to make a bigger version of it, but I wanted to see what it was going to look like, and just super cute. I love these mesh ribbon wreaths. They're just darling. Have you ever priced them on Pinterest or Etsy? They charge a fortune for these things. And, you know, normally you could do this in like a couple hours. It took me forever because I have so much to do, and I was just doing like a few minutes each night. But anyway, I thought it was darling. Maybe I'll open an Etsy site and start selling these. Nobody's going to buy it, but it's cute.